Hello everyone, my name is Gary Yeoman. I'm the National Sales Manager here at Nexus RV. Today we want to show you guys our B Plus series, and behind me is our 27V. This unit is just under 28 foot, so it's a great floor plan for a couple or even a family to come inside this unit. We build this unit on the E450 chassis. What separates this from a B series is, since we're on the cutaway 450 chassis, we're getting 14,500 pounds of GVWR. If you look above here, what makes it a B Plus is we don't have the cab over bunk space up front. As we go back to this unit, I want to show you guys this beautiful paint scheme, and we'll get into the construction process also. On top of this unit, we built it with a one-piece fiberglass radius wrapped roof. Underneath that layer, then we laminate onto our first layer of Azdel. Azdel is a composite-based material that water cannot absorb into. And then the next part under that Azdel is our steel stamped trusses. Inside there, we fill it full of block foam insulation also to have plenty of insulation inside that coach. And then our final layer is a second layer of Azdel. Nexus is the only Class C and Super C and B Plus manufacturer that actually puts 5 layers of Azdel inside the unit. We wanted to counterbalance that weight, but still give the customer a great value inside the unit. Now, as far as our wall construction goes, it's a very similar onion layer process. First and foremost, has a beautiful Sherwin-Williams paint job. We mask this into the unit. This allows us to give a great covering. You've seen in other videos our Prosecco and our metallic rose. This is our last of our 3 full body paint options. This is our electric blue. From inside the paint then is our first layer of fiberglass. We laminate onto that our first layer of Azdel. Once again, we're doing 2 layers of Azdel. Inside that Azdel is in the strongest part of our coach, high strength, low alloy steel tubing, which is 72% stronger than the competition's aluminum cages out there in the industry. You want the peace of mind when you're driving down the road or you're at your campsite that you're protected in a steel cage and not inside a pop can. Inside those steel tubing is our block foam insulation, and then our vacuum on laminated does another layer of Azdel inside the coach. Let's go take a look at our cargo bays. The first bay on your campsite of your unit is your propane bay. We do a 12.2 gallon propane tank inside here. If you're running low on LP, you can simply bring an auxiliary tank and fill it up directly from here. Our next cargo bay behind here is a massive space inside here, and you're going to see your black and gray tanks are also enclosed in this area. Why is that important for Nexus? Well, once again, it's a peace of mind and reassurance that when you're driving down the road, rocks aren't being thrown up and chipping away your black and gray tank, as well as you'll see we actually duct our furnace and have direct heat access right under those black and gray tanks so that you can have a 4 seasons coach. The next cargo bay behind me here is going to be a full pass-through bay. That's very rarely seen, especially in a B Plus series or even a C series here. So that way you can put your picnic tables or your chairs or your fishing poles in there. Behind that bay is once again another pass-through cargo bay. As you see, these are all galvanized steel bays. We do not build out of rotocast or cheaper plastic materials. We see on average a customer is going to put $3,000 to $5,000 worth of camping supplies underneath their coach. We want you guys once again to have the peace of mind and reassurance when you're driving down the road that that is all protected. On the front of the coach, we talked about that front fiberglass cap that covers that roof transition. We do a very similar process back here on the rear wall. This is a one-piece fiberglass cap that goes on the back, which covers your rear roof transition, but it serves another purpose too. We're not having to cut into your back wall to install our lights, eliminating water intrusion on the rear of your coach. Back here by your hitch, you're going to have 7,500 pounds of towing capability. Let's check out the awning on the campsite of this coach. With the 27V Viper, there is no slides on your campsite, so we put this massive one-piece awning on your campsite. It allows you to have the full range here when you're walking through and set up multiple tables and chairs. Okay, on the driver's side, let's go over the mechanical features on this unit. First and foremost, your power, your electricity. Right here is going to be your 30 amp exterior hookup for this coach. That's what you're going to power this full unit on when you're at shore station. Inside of there is also an inverter. That inverter will allow you to power multitude of outlets inside and your TVs when you're driving down the road based off your 12-volt battery. It's going to invert that power to 110 for you. Also inside here is your automatic transfer switch. Like I mentioned before, when you're switching back from shore power and generator, it'll automatically transfer that power source for you. Above that is going to be our Anderson valve. That is going to be our inlet for water, for city supply, and for tank fill up. This feature also allows you to go over winterization and dry camping features. Just in front of it is going to be our exterior satellite hookup. Outside shower, we love that right next to your plumbing bay. If you guys are at the beach and you want to hose off sand from outside your unit and not have to track that inside it, it's a great area to do that. Inside your plumbing bay here, we talked about a little bit on the campsite of the unit. but your 30,000 BTU furnace is actually going to plumb directly into this bay to allow you for 4 seasons camping. Once again, we don't use a 12-volt sticky pad to try to heat this area. It's all from forced heat from your furnace. Inside here, you see your black flush system for able to hose out your complete black tank inside there, as well as your low point water shutoff valves. We put water shutoff valves at every water point inside your coach, which is very much similar to how your house is residentially set up. If you ever had a leak inside your unit, you could isolate that spot, fix it without having to shut off complete water inside your coach. Right above it here is going to be your gasoline tank. It's going to have a 55-gallon gasoline tank that is also going to pull from the same fuel cycle as your generator, so they're all running from the same unit. Down here in your termination bay, once again, all enclosed in galvanized steel. You have your black and your gray outlets here. This is plumbed from your furnace, so once again, you're going to have direct heat source into your black and gray tanks. The next benefit on this B Plus series is we do a 4500 gasoline generator. Underneath here, you will see our MPS system. We use what is called an energy management system. So a lot of you guys may ask, it's a 30 amp coach, or our energy management system will allow both ACs to run. And if you use another feature inside your coach that's going to draw from that 110, it'll shed that system, allow you to use your microwave or any other unit. And then as soon as you're done using that microwave, it'll shed the microwave and your rear AC will turn back on. A great feature inside of a little 28-foot coach just like this. Next up front is going to be our battery bay. This is going to house two 12-volt deep cycle 27 series batteries inside here. We talked about the high strength, low alloy steel on the camp side of this unit, but what that allows us to do is to hang our features directly to it, such as these frameless windows. Why we chose to do frameless windows is obviously it's got a better aesthetic view to it, but also you don't have the rubber seal that goes around the outside of the window, which deteriorates over time. Above that is going to be our slide out toppers. That is standard on every single Nexus RV we build. You don't have to worry about leaves piling up there and getting up on top of your roof and sweeping those off. Once again, reassurance and peace of mind on that unit. That's enough on the outside, guys. I want to take you guys inside and show you this beautiful floor plan. Before we get started on the walkthrough inside this unit, I want to point out a great feature of this 27V floor plan. The whole coach is fully functional with all the slides in. As you're looking around this floor plan, you can see that you have an easy transition from your chassis cab to your dinette. You're able to prep, still fully utilize your microwave and your refrigerator, easy access to your bathroom, as well as have a fixed queen mattress in the back of your bedroom so you can utilize that full sleeping space. Inside here, the cockpit first, let's touch on some key features for our customer. First and foremost, unlike the Triumph or the Phantom series, we do soft touch seating for the driver and passenger. Swivel driver and passenger seats. That allows you to have a full accessible living room space for a multitude of people. Inside here, you're actually going to have 6 seat belts, so you and 5 other passengers can carry along with you. Next up front here is going to be our Euro chair. This allows for, once again, more living room seating up front here. We built this beautiful cabinetry out, as well as this big 40-inch TV here that will swivel, so whether you're sitting at your dinette or sitting over here at the Euro chair, you're able to have great access to that television up front. Next, I want to talk about the dinette booth. This drops down and makes a bed for additional sleeping space inside here. We also do the option for reclining theater seating inside this coach. But a cool feature underneath each one of these dinette booths, they're completely empty cavities. So if you want to store your crock pots or other camping materials, that's a great spot to be able to do that. Above the dinette, you get your first look at our coastal interior package here with this driftwood color cabinetry, as well as your Nordic blue furniture. Directly across from this, we're going to check out our kitchen. We still have tons of countertop space and prep space inside this unit. This is not a split sink. We heard that from customer demand. They want more space for their crock pots or to prep dinner inside that area. Below here, once again, is going to be a great spot for you to be able to put your trash can or put larger pots and pans there. Moving back, we still provide a customer with 3 drawers in this bank here. We don't use the smaller easy bake ovens that you're going to find from the other competitors in this segment. So you have massive storage space inside here, and then underneath it is going to be your power tower. Below your microwave is your 3-burner range cooktop. That's residential size. You don't have one burner where you have to keep constantly moving pots back and forth. Underneath that, we still give the option for an oven. Back behind your drawer here is going to be your 12-volt refrigerator. It is a dual swing, so you're able to access that from both the front of your coach and the rear of your coach for the top of the refrigerator function, as well as a freezer function down below that. Across from your 12-volt refrigerator is going to be your full bathroom. We do every one of our toilets is going to be a porcelain toilet, so it's not a cheaper plastic toilet. Next to the toilet is going to be your lav base and your countertop and your sink. Above there is going to be your dual door medicine cabinet. To the right of that is going to be your Fugatti on-demand hot water system. Directly across from all that is going to be your 24 by 32 inch shower. In a B Plus series, we give additional head space with the skylight above it. Let's go take a look at the bedroom. Back here in the 27V master bedroom, you're going to have a queen bed. We also have allowed cross ventilation from your slide out windows. Across from the bed is going to be your wardrobe cabinet as well as your bedroom TV. As you see here, you're going to have his and her wardrobe features on both sides of the cabinetry. Behind the TV here, you're going to have hidden storage if that's where you want to put a safe or other personal items. Let's go check out the electrical system inside this unit. Down below, you'll first see your battery disconnect switch. That'll allow you to have 12-volt battery access inside this unit. To the right of that is going to be your lighting for your exterior cargo lights. Above that is going to be your awning, retract, and extend feature. We prep all of our Viper series with solar, so it actually has the bracket up top for a customer to be able to plug and play with solar panels above it. From there, you move your way up is your LED switch, and then once again, additional 110 power outlet source. Above that is going to be your control panel. This is where you're going to check all your sensors for your black, your gray, and your LP tanks. This also will control your slide systems. We still use an analog system with buttons, so you can be able to troubleshoot and easily fix this unit. Thank you so much for following along of this Viper 27V series walkthrough. My name is Gary Yeoman once again. If you have any more questions, please reach out to me. My cell phone number is 574-323-1341, or you can access more information at our website at nexusrv.com.